$50,000 in extra revenue was closed in 50 days by an e-commerce agency owner with 3,000 followers. At the time I closed this client, he was in the UGC space. He had a few clients with him on board on his program with some killer case studies, but his objective was to scale to the next level. He realized one thing very quickly and early on, that he needed to focus on the delivery to become the best agency in the space. But he was tired of all of these cold email agencies, tired of paid ads to get leads. So we worked together to figure out how to actually dominate the Twitter space. On this video over here, I will be breaking down everything from this mind map in front of you right now of these 5 main phases right over here on how to actually get clients from Twitter, that little blue bird app that people have been raving about. This isn't a success story video where I'm like, oh, how the heck did you reach these goals? None of that. I'm going to break down the strategy, the custom freaking strategy I made for him word for word on this presentation for you, which means you will have actionable homework throughout this presentation live. When you pause the video right over there, you got to listen to the points that I'm telling you about and implement them, because everything in this video is only high value. Nothing should go in one ear and out the other. So with that being said, let's move forward. So this client is a UGC creative agency. He would be making UGC creatives for multiple ecom brands. His perfect prospect was e-commerce brands that were doing over $100,000 a month in revenue. He knew that he couldn't stay consistent with Twitter because it's obnoxious. Think about it. What the heck do I tweet about today? What am I going to be posting tomorrow? What should be my next steps? Oh, is this tweet actually working for me? Oh, is that tweet working for me? You don't know. You don't have time to leave your ears on the streets, on the Twitter sphere to figure out what's working, because you got to focus on your deliverables. You got to focus on delivering the best, greatest freaking results in this space. You don't have time to focus on the prospecting side, or else you're going to literally be stomped out by your competition. So this is the same problem that this UGC agency owner was using. So he had the goal to get high quality leads from Twitter that matched his perfect prospect, which are brands doing over $100,000 on a monthly basis. His goal was to get 3 sales a month from the application, but the only reason that was holding it back is he didn't want to waste time thinking about what to write about. You have to think about, how am I going to write this piece of content? What's the winning way to present this piece of content? And the worst part is when you finally write that perfect piece of content and you get no effing likes. It's like you just tweeted to a brick wall. It's obnoxious. Then you see some of these kids with these platitude accounts, 2,000-3,000 likes popping off, and you're questioning yourself, shit, do I have to go and start posting motivational content? Hell no. No. That is never the goal. If you post that content, I promise you, you are not getting sales. I have a friend with 150,000 followers that messaged me the other day. Wiz, how can I monetize my audience? I'm making $7,000 a month. I'm like, what? I know people right now doing 100K a month from the application with 4,000 or 5,000 followers. And it's because the motivational content is not getting you the sale. What our objective here is to follow something I call the red line effect. And what is this? Well, imagine if we have a red line on your screen right now from left to right, a horizontal line that you are at the point A at the way beginning of the line, and our objective is to go to all the way to point B. To get to that point, we have to stay as close to this red line as possible. And how do we make that happen? Let me show you on my screen right now. So this is a video I created on my Twitter account a few months ago. It's done exceptionally well for the value that was inside of it. And I'm going to show you right now. You are here, and 5 years from now, or basically with the end of your Twitter account, you want to get to the end point. Your goal is to stay as close to this line as possible, so it reduces the total amount of time it takes to actually reach the end goal. But if you're writing tweets that are about platitudes or stuff or motivational content or your lifestyle that no one cares about, now look at this line. Look at the white line. Look how difficult it is to actually reach your end goal. You literally 3x the amount of time it would take you to reach your goal, which is why I like to follow something on all of our clients' Twitter accounts on the traffic and acquisition matrix to stay as close as possible to the red line as possible, which means writing content that is purpose filled. That is the objective, right? So there's no more ways to cold emailing, no more outreach, no more wasting time writing tweets. You have all the people who are going to be coming to your account, and because your account has perfect value around that specific niche that you're tweeting about, right? And this worked exceptionally well for this client. I'm going to show you guys right over here. This message was sent last week. Oh my God, 18,000 USD. This was got me my biggest client ever. One call closed, cash collected on the call. This was an Ecom brand that he closed that was doing $250,000 on a monthly basis. And they found him directly through Twitter. How did they do that? They had a few 400 followers themselves. They're just a low-key anonymous account, and they killed it. They reached out to him because of his value, because of one of his threads, and boom, from there, he was able to get these results. On top of that, he's been able to close 6.8K a month for 3-month minimum. He's been getting upfront payments, and you guys can see the perfect client that he's getting because of our program, the Traffic and Acquisition Matrix. And I'm going to show you exactly how we got these results on this call today. Average monthly revenue from that client was $500,000 a month. Monthly paid media spend is $250,000 a month. Imagine you e-com agencies out there listening to this. This is your perfect client. They are on Twitter. They are hunting for you. You just need to become the best value name inside of the entire space. If this makes sense to you, pause right now, take a quick breather, and let's go over to the next step. So this is where things get really juicy. On this call, we're going to cover a few things, mainly the 5 phases from going from zero idea how to get clients from Twitter to becoming a master of this little birdie app, this little bluebird app, and creating an automated lead generation source. I'm talking about you have a webinar, you have an email list, you have your audience, and these things are coming in automated for you, where you spend 15 minutes a day instead of 2.5 hours a day trying to collect leads. And on those 15 minutes, you're going to find connections with multi-millionaires. You're going to find connections with people who will be buying your agency offer from you. And on top of that, it is going to be done in a fraction of a time. What takes you 12 months to reach is going to be done in 2 weeks period, because of this entire launchpad right over here. And I'm going to show you that this all works. This is everything is explained inside of this video is directly from my program, the Traffic and Acquisition Matrix. This is what people are paying thousands a month for, and I'm going to break it down for you. So let's go with phase 1. Does he really know his offer? This is such a common problem that I've noticed agency owners have. Right now, I'm working with agency owners that do 300K, 500K on a monthly basis, and some of them doing 25K on a monthly basis. And the common theme that every one of these guys have is they don't really know their perfect prospect enough. And you know, the boring phase of just slow research processing of trying to understand who your perfect prospect is. We know the importance of this customer data and consumer behavior, but no one wants to do it because it's, let's be honest, it's not fun. There's nothing dazzling. There's nothing sparkling. There's nothing gleaming from it. But it is one of the most powerful assets we can have. So he had about 2,000 followers when he got on. And the problem is writing content for the sake of content is all he was doing. He had content about his personal life. He had content about him traveling. He had content about UGC stuff. He had content talking to other people. But that's futile. The end goal of this account is to literally get clients and make connections. Best way to do so is by providing the best high quality content as much as possible. So what we did is we interviewed him. We took him on board and we said, let's interview you for the next 45 minutes to an hour. I'm going to ask you 25 questions. And here were the exact questions I asked him so we can create a custom content strategy for this specific client. And the first question is, what is your offer? And I'm not talking about, oh, my offer is this, X, Y, Z. No, we're talking about the outcome. What is the end objective that your offer is providing? What are the deliverables that you are providing for every single part of these specific offers over here? And based off of each of those deliverables, what is your process behind it? For example, if you're a UGC creative agency, just like him, his process, one of his deliverables was a storyboard. He creates the story for the creatives for these clients. But on that journey, what is your process to create the perfect storyboard? Let's talk about this more. And the reason I asked him this question is because now on the storyboard, we can create a thread for this specific client all about how to create a perfect storyboard that's going to go viral for your e-commerce brand, that is going to get you thousands of new views and get you hundreds of new sales for your actual product. We dive into each of the offers, all of the deliverables from each of those offers, and then in depth describe the processes behind it. That's number one. Next up is what is Why did people buy from you? Ask yourself this as an agency owner. Why are people purchasing from you? Well, they don't really know. So I give them the same question. I give them 5 questions to ask their perfect prospect, or not perfect prospect, rather, to ask their current clients. Go to your current clients right now and say, what was the reason that you bought from me? What held you back from buying from me earlier? What held you back from actually buying from any agency that offers my service a little bit earlier? What objections were you trying to face or overcome to actually purchase from us? What were you expecting when you hired an agency in this space? And what were the results right now? Define these. And when you interview 5, 10, 15 of your clients and they have the same reasonings over and over, you have a winning angle. And you use this angle on Twitter to answer your perfect prospects' objections now through value. If everyone's telling you, oh, I didn't do it because I didn't understand your guarantee, or I didn't understand how email marketing is actually going to help me out more, or I didn't understand how you going viral on TikTok is actually going to convert to sales for me. Well, if you know that these are the most common answers, if you or questions that these guys have, all you have to do is answer these questions in a value format on Twitter. So we basically extract this information and write out the 10 main problems that these guys have, understood why people are buying from them, and we solve that, which leads us into the next question. What were the objections your audience had before purchasing? So say you're on a sales call. Think about this. What are the objections that people have? What are the most common 3 objections? Solve those common 3 objections, write out an answer, and that's what you're tweeting about as well too. So your objections and why are people buying from you, we use these to help him create one tweet every single day about these objections to unconsciously solve his perfect prospect's issues. This is a propaganda play. This is deep hypnosis. We are leveraging NLP of hypnosis processes mixed in with mass marketing techniques from ethical propaganda, and we're repeating a specific message that your perfect prospect is thinking of every single day, and you're answering it for them. So now they're trusting you because you're bridging a gap in their mind, so these guys will purchase from you on a continuous basis. And that is the work of art of what Twitter really is. So we ask these questions, then we define what are his desires, what are they afraid of. This is something I learned from J.K. Molina. What are their fears? What are their frustrations? What are their dreams, right? But I don't like going so in depth into all those. What really matters is what are their desires? Well, some of these business owners want to bring their vision to reality and reach as many people as possible. So help them do that. Some of these guys are out here, all they care about is just making as much money as possible. What are they afraid of? They're afraid of a lack of consistent sales. They're afraid of their business burning down or going bankrupt, or no more consistent sales coming in from their ad side of things. So how do you solve this for them, right? How does your offer, aka my client right here, how is his offer solving those problems for those clients that he has, right? And that's where he starts explaining this in his tweet as one tweet on a daily basis, right? So now we have 2 tweets covered. One is based off of the objections and the angles that the perfect prospect has, and this client answers them with 1 tweet a day. Next up is going to be, what are their desires? What are they afraid of? Then you answer those inside of 1 tweet on a daily basis. Now, what about the rest of the 3 tweets? This is the work of art, and I'm going to be explaining it to you more in phase 2. So how do you stand up from your audience? That's another one. We have to understand his value propositions. And last but not least, is what is your perfect prospects FAQs? My friends, this is going to be the most important part of the call right here. This right over here is your golden sauce. Everyone is writing content for the sake of writing content, and I fell victim to this as well. What do I mean by this? Well, I used to tweet about stuff like, hey guys, when you make money, go buy yourself an ergonomic chair. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Oh, hey guys, you gotta believe in yourself and all this shit. F that. F it all. That does nothing for you. That does absolutely nothing for you. All that matters is writing content that answers your perfect prospects' frequently asked questions. Let's look at an SEO agency, for example. I have a client right now, tens of thousands of followers, closed tens of thousands of dollars worth of deals in 60 days. I'm talking about this guy was booked out 35, 40 days in advance because of this program as well too. Here's what he tweeted about. We dedicated 1 day of the week to a specific subtopic around his niche. So every single Monday was about link building. Every single Tuesday was about on page. Every single Wednesday was about another topic. Now, for each of these days, we dedicated and created 10 questions that are the perfect questions that his perfect prospect is asking around that topic. What is link building? Why do I need link building? How can I find the perfect links to actually post my blog on or post my website on, etc.? We ask these questions. We ask the client, what are the most common questions that people need answered of value? And based off of those, now when the prospect is writing his tweets every single day, or rather not the prospect, rather when the client was writing his tweets every single day, he is now answering those questions inside of his content. For example, why is link building important? Well, now he writes a tweet. Here are 6 reasons why you need to be link building with proper links in 2022. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For this specific client's case, UGC Creatives, how do I create a storyboard? What is the importance of a storyboard? And then the answer would be with a tweet. If you don't have a storyboard process set up, you are losing millions of views on a yearly basis. Your storyboard is going to help you purposefully define exactly what your perfect prospect wants to see and helps you go viral. Now you're literally answering the questions. You wake up in the morning and you know exactly what you're tweeting about, and we optimize this on a continuous basis. That is the art. So let's go more in depth into this. Phase 2. Content creation. Phase 2 is all about creating a content strategy around the interview, right? On this process, we have to understand what Twitter is. It's a funnel. There's top of funnel, there's the middle of the funnel, and there's the bottom of the funnel, right? The top of the funnel's goal is to nurture. Rather not nurture, it's to attract followers. How do you attract followers? That is through threads, that is through mind maps, that is through auto DMs. So based off of these frequently asked questions, what we do for our clients, or what you guys could do for yourself, is we basically create hooks for these clients for threads, for mind maps, for auto DMs. And each of these hooks are so powerful, so well thought out, so engaging, so captivating that they attract their perfect prospect with a little bit of a qualification inside. There are so many nuances behind the art of creating a hook. You guys can learn it yourself, or you guys could contact me and we could work together and get that set up for you. But the hook itself is the most important part of the thread. That is what's capturing your perfect prospect's attention. That is what's building your status for you. And the most beautiful part is that's what's attracting you followers. I'll be honest. If I saw one of your threads on Twitter, I won't book a call with you right away, but I will follow you because I like your stuff. I trust you more. We build more trust. You nurture me, and then I'll book a call with you after about 6-7 days. And that's what it's naturally like on Twitter. No one is booking calls from your threads, from your mind maps, or your auto DMs. Mind maps would be something like what I have right over here, or you can go to my Wizard Ecom account and look at my mind maps. They do not attract calls. They attract followers, and these followers you nurture, which are you're going to start seeing calls booked because of the middle of the funnel. Excuse me. So the middle of the funnel now is all about the nurturing play. Nurturing play is your daily value tweets, aka what we spoke about in the previous section. Number 1 is going to be 1 tweet a day about your perfect prospect's objections, and you solve that with a value tweet. Next up is your audience, your perfect prospect's desires or fears, and you answer 1 tweet about that every single day. And then 3 tweets every single day based off of your perfect prospect's frequently asked questions, aka why do I need a storyboard? How effective is UGC Creatives? How do I read the analytics of my Facebook ads to actually make a better data-driven decision? Whatever it might be, those 15 questions that you have, you use 3 of them and you answer them on that day. So those are your 5 tweets on a daily basis, as well as something I like to call series. I have a client right now named Carl. He's up a ridiculous amount. He's closed $500,000 worth of deals in 90 days. I have another client who's up $185,000 MRR. And what they do is they literally post a series, CRO hack, number 1, CRO tip, number 1, Carl does CRO, number 1, and number 1, number 2, number 3. You do this 3 times on a weekly basis. And here's why this works. It's familiarity. I follow you in exchange for some predictable value. I will be following you to get predictable value on a daily basis around a specific topic. So when I trust you with this actual piece of value over here, I know that you're providing the best amounts of value, and I know I can sense that you're going to be posting it very soon. I trust you more. You're nurturing me more, aka I will be booking a call with you if I am literally your perfect prospect. And last but not least is your bottom of the funnel. If you do not ask, you do not get. Let me say that again. If you do not ask, you do not get. You have to promote yourself every single day, but not, oh, by the way, guys, hey guys, go check out my offer. No, no. the hell does that do? That's not going to do anything for you. What you do is you have a subtle way of promoting yourself with something I like to call a soft sell. What is a soft sell? I'm going to break down an example to you right now. If we go over to my Twitter account and I go over to my bookmarks right over here, you're going to see a few tweets that are going to promote myself in a way that isn't actually telling everyone to go and buy from me. I have this tweet. A 21-year-old dude in the Utopia went from $0 to $14,000 a month in 4 months. He hasn't lost a single client with his offer. I don't know about you, but an extra $168 a year because of $25 investment doesn't sound bad. You do the exact same thing. A 28-year-old Ecom brand owner just 3x his conversion rate because of this one tactic that I showed him. I don't know about you. 120-minute free 20-minute call with me and these results, it sounds like a perfect investment if you ask me, right? And then you go ahead and promote your offer afterwards. I promoted my offer. I think I promoted it a little bit too late over here, but I had 48 likes with a 7% conversion rate. This is super applicable for agencies as well too, as I have been following this exact same process for my agency clients. So for example, I have one where I tweeted about my client who's actually this specific case study right over here, and I had about 110 link clicks, and out of those 110 link clicks, I got a few book calls and I closed a deal on Monday because of it. So you are soft selling yourself without being in the face of all of your clients and telling them to book a call with you. Then twice on a weekly basis, your bottom of the funnel, again, you're asking people to actually just straight up book a call with you, right? You have two hard sells, which are just a single tweet that have a promotion inside about your offer right there and without you having to think about it. Luckily for my client, we tell him the exact angle he has to use, the exact tweet to actually write. We give him the exact direction on what to do it. He writes the tweet and he doesn't have to think about anything. Next up is going to be understanding how to actually create the content. Mind maps, auto DMs, tweets, promo tweets, and threads. This is a game of practice, right? You got to go and study 10 accounts on Twitter right now who post mind maps, 10 accounts who post auto DMs, 10 accounts who post like nice tweets and promo tweets and threads, and break down how they structure them all. Of course, for all of my clients, I obviously give them SOPs for it all, so they learn how to do it in a few days. This will take you guys about a month and a month and a half to actually do. Mind maps, you can use softwares like Xmind or Canva. That's what we use. For the auto DMs, you guys just use a Google Doc and a video presentation, and you have your CTA inside of the auto DM message. For your threads, you got to structure your thread in a very simple way, meaning tweet number 1 is the hook. Tweet number 2 is a summary of what's going to go on the thread. Tweet number, etc. All the rest of the tweets are breaking off each of the points individually with actual really high quality images as well too, right? Super easy peasy at that point. It's just time based. Right? Phase 3, let's go with the content strategy consistency. At this point, the client has to start following the content strategy. That's what this client specifically did. He took the content strategy where we told them, here are your hooks. Here's exactly what you got to tweet about. Here are your FAQs. You just follow the content strategy every single day of the week. So we say Monday, you're writing 5 tweets. Here are 10 questions you can answer. He wrote them. Same thing with his mind maps. Monday, you're posting a mind map. Here are 3 hooks you can use. Here are 3 mind map templates we pre-created for you. Just go ahead and fill in the blanks inside and then post it. But before you post it, send it to us inside of a group chat and we break down that actual tweet and those hooks and those actual mind maps for you so we can give as much feedback as possible. So you basically get an extra experienced set of eyes. Obviously, if you guys don't have access to us, then what you can do is work with a group of friends of 5 people, send them your tweets and ask them to give you feedback. So make sure your content is perfect before you put it out there. So they started also leveraging other people's audiences, meaning this client was leveraging my audience of my 100,000 followers as I engaged with him, right? They also followed their promotional schedule on a daily basis. They followed their tweet schedule and they posted minimum 1 thread every single week, minimum 1 mind map every single week, and then 2 auto DMs on a monthly basis. And this has been exceptionally well. To be honest, he's only grown about 1,500 followers since starting on the program 60 days ago, but he's up over 50K. So that's all that matters to him, right? Next up is going to be phase 4, the content strategy optimization. This is where 80% of the game is. And I call this content repurposing. My team and I basically go into the client's account, this specific client, and we looked at the past 7 to 14 days and we figured out, okay, what were the best performing tweets? If you average 10 likes a tweet and one of your tweets got 75 likes, you have a ding, 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 you have a winner, right? So what's your objective here? You have to extract whatever the winning element from that tweet was, and you got to use it to come up with new thread hooks and new mind map hooks, and you rewrite them and you're going to use them for the following week. You want to build on top of these winners. So we use this concept on a weekly basis to create better hooks, better FAQ questions, questions and better mind maps for each of our clients, we recommend you guys do this as well too. This is where the money is, because I'll be honest, everything up to this point is just a testing phase. But now we're going to test to see what works and build on top of the winners. And from this point, we're just really taking what takes you 10 days to book 5 calls. It's going to take you 1 day to book those 5 calls now. And that's the main objective. And last but not least is going to be our asset creation. Now we have an audience. Now we automated Twitter. Now it's start time for month 2. Month 2 is all about creating a webinar funnel. I gave this client, this is what the next steps are. This is what we're going to be doing in the next following months together, is we're going to work on a webinar for him, the perfect webinar for this client that's going to forever automate him leads using my winning structures. I give him my script, I give him my email flows, I give him my landing page. He's going to duplicate it. And as well as we have a monthly mastermind call together to talk about Twitter, to talk about the trends. And my goal with this program is so simple. I make sure I do not take on multiple people in the exact same niche. I find it foolish. I am not making you competition. F your competitors. I close you, you're on this program, and I make sure we only take on one other person maximum onto this program in your niche, and that is it. We do not saturate these methods. We make sure you have enough to eat. We make sure you have enough to go viral, and we make sure you have enough to get as many leads as possible. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, this method has been working exceptionally well, and we're always pivoting. Our ears are always on the streets to make sure this works. And that's why we want to be able to do this for you as well too. If you're an agency owner and you want leads from Twitter and you're doing over 8K a month, meaning you have some case studies, you have some clients, you are missing out on so much money on Twitter. Just give your account with us, work alongside us, and let us help you dominate this side of Twitter. I want to be able to take your account, work with you to get as many leads as possible of high quality e-commerce leads that are forever going to be booking calls with you, so you can have these guys on retainer. If you guys are doing over $8,000 a month, if you guys are tired of cold emails, if you guys are tired of all the BS out there and you just want a personal brand that will forever increase your MRR, like we did with Dylan Ander, who's up 185K MRR, like we did with Carl Weiss, who's done 500K in revenue close in a 90-day process, like we did with this specific client who closed $50,000 in 50 days, like we did with SEO Keval, where he closed tens of thousands of dollars of deals, where we worked with Iman Ghazi's business partner, Pete, for Jen's Croquet Club and helped them build a personal brand to almighty heights. If you want these results, we are taking on the final 4 clients of this year. You shoot me a DM right now with the word launch and let us get you on this program. This is going to be life-changing for you. We're working with specific amount of agency owners. This is going to be a life-changing piece of copy or life-changing piece of a program, and let's get you set up. So with that being said, guys, we'll talk soon and good luck on your journey.